week, and maybe even try to get Auckland involved at some point. So yeah, you're with Reactive on FWA TV. So coming up today, we've got a few things to cover off. Going to be bringing through Yasmin, who's our creative strategist, and she's going to be talking to you all about a fantastic new project that we just launched for one of our big clients in Sydney, Clearasil, which is a Reckitt Benckiser brand. We just launched well, we've actually been running a social media campaign for them for the last sort of 6 to 12 months through Facebook, and we just sort of launched the second phase of that campaign this week. So it'd be great to tell you guys a bit about sort of that project, kind of the process and some of the ideas behind it. And then following that, we're going to be bringing through Jasmine, who's one of our designers in Sydney, and she's going to be telling you about the new iPhone app that we launched for Maserati, the Italian car brand, who I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with. And following that, we're going to have Alex Robinson is going to be coming through to talk a little bit about his the week in digital. Actually, you know what? We're doing the week in digital before Yasmin and Jasmine, and then after those guys, Sue's going to be coming through to tell you a bit about the job openings that we've got across the 4 offices. And after Sue, Laura Bell, our Associate Creative Director in Sydney, is going to be coming through to give you guys who are interested in applying for a job at Reactive a few tips about kind of how to get your portfolio in order, and some good ideas there for, I guess, applying for the job to sort of, I guess, maximise your chances of getting noticed and hopefully getting an interview. And then, right at the end, Alex is going to come back and he's going to bring through some of the other guys in Sydney to ask them some questions. So first up, we've got Alex, who's going to be coming through any minute now. You're with Carl Panzak. I'm the General Manager of Reactive in Sydney. You're watching FWA TV. We've got an action-packed broadcast today, and I'm just going to basically keep talking to fill time until Alex comes through to join me in the room. It's been a great week. We've actually launched a couple of other projects as well. Last week we launched a new Australian website for Better Place, who's the electric car company from California, doing some amazing things there. And we also launched a new website for the Australian Business Arts Foundation, one of our long-term clients out of Melbourne. All right, cool. Here he is. Hello, Alex. Hopefully I segued nicely into that.
Yeah, it was very good. It was very good.
So, Alex, what have we got today? We've got the week in digital. Is that what you want to talk about?
It was now, basically. No, I think the idea was to sort of come in and just have a chat around just some interesting things that we've seen this week. And I think one of the things we were chatting about yesterday was obviously the launch of Google Plus and whether or not it's been a particular success. Obviously it's hard to gauge, it's only been running recently, but I did find quite a funny site yesterday called Like versus Plus, which is basically some pretty awesome cartoons of various sort of like, you know, amusing pictures between things that have happened, like Google Plus and Facebook, obviously. I only saw it late last night, so I haven't had enough time to actually bring in these slides.
And then there was that viral that went around with the 2 kids beating each other up in the schoolyard. One of them had Facebook on their face, and the other was Google Plus.
So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens there, clearly. So I think we'll keep an eye on that.
Did you install the iPhone app that's just been released for Google Plus?
No, I haven't yet. I've only been using the website on there, but I've only got about 20 people on there at the moment.
Right. So you need to create some more circles.
Yeah, it's good. I deleted a circle already because I added someone that I didn't really want to be friends with. It was quite good how it just rolled off the screen, which was very nice.
Yeah, I quite like Google Plus. I mean, I think they've done a great job with the interface design and the user experience. Like, they've obviously stepped it up a notch, and Google's rolling out kind of a rebrand across a lot of their different properties, kind of trying to kind of go for a little less of a geeky kind of look and feel, which I think is definitely a good thing to see. Obviously, you know, at the moment it would be the early adopters who are on Google Plus, so it remains to be seen whether they're going to be it's going to be a long-term success for them. They've had a few hiccups along the way with Buzz and Google Wave, but I think this time, obviously, you know, put a lot more effort into it, and it's a bit more of a sophisticated sort of offering. But I think, given the popularity of Facebook, it's going to be pretty hard for them to knock them off the perch, so to speak. But maybe they're going for a different market. Maybe they're not trying to. I mean, they're obviously trying to get some of the market share out of Facebook, but there's still a lot of people out there to target. So
we were very excited when we got invited in the office, weren't we? It was quite nice to create these circles. So now we can just sort of share information around.
Yeah, they went with the sort of VIP kind of invite-only approach to start with. I was a bit disappointed I didn't get on for about a week, but finally.
Never say that.
Yeah, no, it's true. Start to doubt my credentials as a digital guru. All right. So if you just tuned in, you're with Reactive on FWA TV. We're broadcasting live from Sydney. My name's Carl Panzak. I'm the General Manager of Reactive in Sydney, and this is Alex Robinson, who is one of our account directors. So what else has been happening this week?
I've been very excited. Well, not excited. A bit sad actually. Because obviously I'm from the UK, so I wasn't sad to hear about the news in the world. Obviously, what they did was terrible, but I've been following that quite closely. I'm particularly interested in the way that it's been sort of played out in the media. It's obviously it's such a big story, and it's interesting to see how a lot of the other papers are covering it online, and what they've been doing. So I've been watching that quite a lot. It's quite interesting to see Mr. Murdoch have
the Murdochs.
Getting grilled. It's quite nice to see him sort of protect his dad a bit.
Yeah. I thought his wife, is it Wendy?
Yeah.
She's pretty tough actually. Turned out to really have quite a sort of hefty right hook there.
Yeah, I think
the protester who tried to throw the pie in the face. Yeah,
he's a fan of sort of tough ladies. Obviously with Rebecca Brooks and Rebecca Brooks Wade.
That's right.
She would scare me, I think.
Definitely, but yes, no, that's obviously been the talk of the town. I had a late night. I actually stayed up as a bit of a sort of addict of media and current affairs. I stayed up late to watch the grilling on TV, and it was good. But there was also a fantastic final, the stage on the Tour de France that night. So
which is
Cadel Evans took a few seconds off the leader there, so that was good to see.
It's slightly,
but we're digressing.
Well, yeah, sorry, off we go again. What's up? Is it should we go and get Yasmin in?
All right, yeah, okay, so we're done? That's the week in digital?
No, not really. Well, I've actually focused more on my final segment in this show, so I hadn't prepared.
Fair enough. Well, that's good. Thanks, Alex. So we've got... we're going to be talking now about a couple of case studies, actually a couple of recent projects that we launched out of Sydney. One of them is a campaign for Reckitt Benckiser for the Clearasil brand. We just sort of launched phase 2. Actually, you worked on that campaign as well.
Yeah. So I was going to stay in and help Yaz go through everything.
So hopefully she's listening to us speak, and we'll get the signal that it's time for her to come through. But yeah, so we've been working with Clearasil for about 8 or 9 months now.
It's been quite exciting. Obviously, what we're going to take you guys through now is sort of the second phase of this project that we launched back in it was around September, November last year. That ran. It was sort of the secrets and science of looking awesome, and we kind of moved it from that website that it was sitting on into Facebook now, so it's running through there. Because we found that that's where a lot of the fans were, and that's where a lot of those conversations were happening naturally. So moving into a website.
Yeah, great. If you've just tuned in, and even if you haven't, hit us up on @ReactiveMedia on Twitter. We're really keen to hear from you, and we'd love to get some feedback and maybe hear from you guys what you'd like us to talk about. If this is extremely boring, let us know, and we'll change it up and make it more interesting. But obviously, we're pretty confident this is riveting stuff. We've just been joined by Yaz, who's our creative strategist in Sydney, and she's been working with Alex and the guys on a new campaign that we're running for Clearasil. So it's kind of weird when you actually get on. Would you like to introduce yourself and maybe tell us a bit about the Clearasil campaign?
Yeah. Hang on, sorry, I just feel a bit high. Can I?
No, that actually it's broken, that chair. So, but that's good because now you're at the same height as us. Yeah, that's the strategy.
Oh, so we're talking about Clearasil?
Yeah.
Yep, cool. So Clearasil is one of our clients, and we've had them for about a year now, just over a year.
A bit less than a year, actually.
Oh, a bit less than a year.
That's right.
And when we first started working with Clearasil, we looked at they have a campaign out. Well, not a campaign, but it's more like their kind of brand positioning, which is the science, secrets and science of looking awesome. So I guess when you look at it in the market, you've got, in terms of their competition, you've got like Neutrogena, which is more using the kind of celebrity angle. You've got Clean and Clear, which is calling more on the kind of social angle, like getting with your getting together with your friends and having sleepovers and parties. So it's really nice that Clearasil has got quite a clear brand positioning of the science behind skincare. I think particularly for me, I really love it because it's treating young people like they're intelligent and like adults, which is really nice. That's how they like to be spoken to. So when we first started working with Clearasil, we had the job of actually creating a campaign site for them.
Yeah.
And we created this campaign site, and one of the great things, I guess, about working digital is that nothing is kind of solid. And from our experience and from our learnings, we decided, okay, looking at where our target audience, which is roughly between, would you say, 13 to...
So looking at the stats at the moment, it is around, the majority of that group are between 13 and 17, but I think Clearasil, they definitely try and extend that age group up to sort of 24s and even, obviously quite a big thing is for them to get in touch with parents that have young kids, because they generally do the buying in the household. So, it's quite a broad range of people that we need to engage with, and I think that's what we're doing quite a decent job at the moment on the site.
So we had our site, and it was www.secretsandscienceoflookingawesome.com. I think there might have even been an AU in there. And we found that there wasn't a lot of people, we weren't getting the numbers that we wanted. So we had a look at the target audience, and we were like, you know what, we're going to go where they are. So it was a really interesting kind of process that we went through with the client. We really kind of educated them on the strategic positioning about taking the site actually to Facebook. And
actually, I would correct you there, because we actually launched the campaign in Facebook and as a destination site.
Oh yes, that's right.
So what we did is we kind of rolled them together into Facebook and kind of built a more enhanced kind of web experience, I guess, or community sort of within Facebook, rather than having the two separate destinations. Yeah.
Thanks.
Sorry.
My bad.
That's cool. Just in case the client's listening.
So we're really excited about having everything in Facebook. Well, not everything, but we're excited about having a large proportion of this campaign in Facebook, because it's just a natural destination for young people to be able to feel like they can actually share their secrets about looking and feeling awesome. Some of the secrets we've received so far have been pretty interesting. We've got secrets from, so Carl's got the site up, the Facebook page up here. So this is in the Secrets and Science tab, and we've actually got a monthly competition. So we have a monthly prize every month.
Yeah. There are secrets of the week. So each week we get the secrets that are submitted. We choose our sort of favourite one, and then get science experts to write the science behind it, and then post it onto the site. And then we've got sort of 4 or 5 of those a month, and then one of those will win a prize, which, the prices are pretty cool at the moment. We're trying to sort of keep them focused around having fun with your friends, so we're going to be running some really good gold class tickets to cinemas. There's a great HD camera that's up there at the moment that you can get, and then the grand prize, which we'll draw at the end of the year, which is almost a fantastic winner night out on us, basically, which is sort of $5,000 pool of, you get tickets to a concert, you get to stay in a hotel with your mates, and you get a limo, and you go out for a meal, for dinner, and you get some spending money. So it's it is actually, without cliche saying, awesome too much, it is an awesome prize.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about it.
Maybe should we just kind of talk through the site, kind of you know, from the top, maybe because I've got it up on screen. So maybe as we go through, just sort of quickly run through kind of the key areas in the site.
Yeah, sure. I think what's pretty interesting now about Facebook is that brands are able to do a lot more. So it actually does start to feel like a site rather than a Facebook page. So when you click on the Secrets and Science tab, you get to the welcome page. Now, welcome page is basically explaining. So Carl says the page.
This is the tab.
Yep. So the home page that we're on, that Carl is on now, that is our welcome page. So this is just an opportunity for us to explain the purpose behind the Secrets and Science, also to promote our prize, and we have a promo section down the bottom as well, which just highlights our latest product ranges.
Cool.
So then when you get into the Secrets and Science, we like to feature the secret.
Yeah, so this section is, you know, where we sort of administer the competition. So this is the featured secret. This is one that we just picked last week, which is, you know, very simple, going for a walk, works a treat. So there you've got the featured secret, underneath it you've got the science, and then within this how-to section we're just trying to give little bits of advice on what people can do to improve their skin or making themselves feel better. It doesn't have to be related to skincare, you know, it's all about feeling awesome. And then, you know, below there we've got, again, product and promotional slot, and then the tags and the winning secrets. When we actually have some, that'll be updated there. But if you go back up to the top, we've also got past secrets. Sorry. Just back on the...
So I think what works really well, what gives the secrets some weight, is the actual science behind it. It makes young people feel like they're receiving some serious information about what begins as kind of very common sense. So taking a walk, well, actually, why does that work? We're actually hoping as well that it's the science element, the information that's in that science element is the type of information that they're likely to then kind of pass on to their friends or just mention in conversation. So it's almost like this Facebook page allows us to take a kind of older brother, older sister type of role in terms of educating young people about skincare, and also just about taking care of themselves in general.
And then within the What's New section, this is just as, you know, they're doing quite a few product drops and launches throughout the year. We wanted to have this section that we can update for these guys, you know, as and when there are new products that hit the shops. It's just basically the TBC, and at the moment on their website there isn't really much around recent products, so I think it's important for us to be able to drop that into there.
And I think as well, having the how-to videos, that also strengthens the role of being the older brother, older sister, in terms of showing you how to use the products as well.
And then, the products basically, and then this is just the competition entry mechanic really, so a bit more information on the prize.
Yeah.
And we're really excited because what this has allowed us to do, as Carl mentioned previously, we have 2 sites. We have the Secrets and Science Looking Awesome plus our Facebook page, and this solution has allowed us to concentrate our efforts in one place, and also just a kind of, I guess, a personal gripe that I have sometimes with brand Facebook pages is that they don't have a clear purpose, that they're often just giving you updates on like their kind of new products or commercial that's launched, but there's no real purpose or personality behind what the brand is telling you on Facebook. This solution allows us to have a real purpose, which is, you know, you come to the Clearasil Secrets and Science Looking Awesome page to not just find out the science behind the tips, which is where Clearasil steps in, but also to you know, help find out more about personal skincare from your peers as well. So we're really, really excited about this.
Great.
And the media, there's also a media buy that's going along with this, which we're quite excited to see when that kicks in, what it'll do to the page. So there's Facebook ads.
Yeah. So yeah, we've the media launches next week. Is that right?
Yeah, it should be there.
So sort of we're in kind of beta phase at the moment, soft launch, I guess you'd say.
But it's been
cool.
Going well. You know,
yeah.
I'm pleased with this. The wall's looking pretty busy.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys. That's been great. I might just ask Jasmine to join us now. Sorry. Jasmine's one of our designers, and I believe you'll be joining us a bit later on, Alex.
I'll come back.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi.
How you doing? Actually, you should sit on this chair because you're tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm much taller than you.
Cool. This is Jasmine Wong. She's one of our designers in the Sydney office. How long have you been with us now?
Year and a half.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Great. Wow. So yeah,
It has been
time
some
flies.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess what we were hoping to talk about today was the Maserati iPhone app. Yeah, which is I guess one of your recent projects.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, did you want to maybe just talk a little bit about, I don't know, maybe introduce the project? Should I bring up the screens now?
Not yet. We'll talk about
Okay.
the brief. So
Yeah.
I think we started making very, very early concept screens for Maserati, I think back in December, if I remember. And
That's right.
what they wanted to do was make an iPhone app that was beautiful, functional, had a premium feel, and was really simple to use. And it served as a base for them to promote a new car to the iPhone customers and the existing customer base as well. So the car we're promoting in this app is called the Maserati Gran Turismo MC Stradale. It's a very sexy car and obviously deserves its own very sexy iPhone app.
Indeed.
And so the base demographic was male 50 to 65, so it meant that the app had to be easy to use, easy to understand, and also feel very in line with the brand guidelines and also relate to the Maserati brand on the whole. And so we worked very closely with the marketing team at Maserati to make this app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right. Should we talk a little bit about the process that we went through?
Yeah, sure. We can bring up the wireframes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we decided that making a prototype was perhaps a bit too troublesome for an app of this scale. So we decided to go with paper wireframes instead and introduce the client to the various functions that are the various stock functions of an iPhone app, and also give them a taste of how it would work for various screens.
Cool.
So as you can see here, we've got the download detail page.
Pretty small, sorry.
Yeah, pretty small. So we can me too.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so here's another screen of the video.
Yeah.
And so very lo-fi, paper drawn, but sort of it gave the client an idea of what we were doing, but also showed them that it was still in very early stages, and so they could expect much. They could see the functions and also expect much more from the designs later on. And here's the engine, which was the kind of selling point of the app.
Yeah. These are probably a little bit too small to see on your screen, and the video is obviously not massively high quality, but yeah, I guess the process that we often go through at Reactive is quite sort of iterative, and we do sort of multiple kind of versions almost of I guess the prototyping and wireframing process, and as Jasmine was just explaining, often hand-drawn sketches, wireframes are a really nice way of just exploring ideas quickly and presenting ideas to the client without having them worry about, is this the final design or is this what it's really going to look like? It's more just about communicating the kind of user experience and sort of interaction model. So
it definitely keeps their focus on how it works rather than how it looks.
Oh, and now we went straight to the... Yeah, is this right? So
Yeah,
cool.
that's right.
Great.
So now we go straight to design, and so we carried through the very navy and silver tones of the Maserati brand. And so here's the namesake car in the front, and so you see its loading screen, and then on the right hand side you've got the menu. So as I said before, the notion of the app was really simple. We just wanted one key feature, some additional things for users to use, like wallpaper downloads as well as videos to watch. And Maserati Australia themselves have got quite a good database of videos they've taken from Europe, as well as their own videos they've done on track, like field racing tracks here. Yeah, so that's the app in action.
Sorry, I'm just loading it up, but
yeah.
Well, we can maybe bring it up on screen in a minute, but sorry, keep talking.
Yeah,
sorry.
And then you could also view tech specs of the car, which were written to very simply express what the car is all about for the, what do you call those, rev heads?
Rev heads.
Rev heads,
yeah.
Obviously, I'm not very into cars.
Yeah. But you did go for a test drive, right?
I did go for a test drive.
Yeah. What was it like?
It was really, really exciting. You could hear the car before it came up. You could hear the car coming up the road.
And it was very thrilling being in a very expensive and very powerful car. And obviously the feel was very premium. And so during the whole ride, I was thinking, okay, right, I have to communicate the feel of this very expensive Italian leather on my skin through the app and try to make the users who are using it feel the same way, that what they're experiencing is something that's quite premium and quite exclusive to a select few.
Yeah.
And
And I think we did a pretty good job. Well, you did a pretty amazing job. Well done. Yeah.
And here's the main feature of the app, the screen you see now.
Yep.
This one. So it's here the engine, and what we did was make an animation of the actual dashboard of the car, and replicate what it actually looks like in the car itself. So the purpose of the test drive that Carl mentioned before was to Maserati wanted to show us what it was really like being in the car and how it worked. And so we took a video of the actual dashboard itself and translated it to this animation, which was put together from photographs of their dashboard that they provided to us and painstakingly retouched to make it look more, better than a photograph, like sort of in between that, to make it look more realistic.
Hyper-real.
Hyper-real, yes.
Maybe, I don't know if that's the right word, but
It
I
is
just
the right
thought of that.
word.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool, and what else we got? Just some more screens?
Yeah, some more screens,
yeah.
and that's the technical specifications.
Yep. And, wow.
Yeah. And so here we've got the more functional aspects of the app, which was to show you where the dealerships are in Australia and New Zealand. And after you tapped on each of the locations, you'd be brought to the dealer with the address and also the phone number, email address, and also where to view it on the map. And so this kind of fulfilled the functional aspect of this app and also appealed to prospects who are looking to get a Maserati, or perhaps for people who already have the car and were looking to refresh their memory on where the dealerships were.
Yep, yep. Awesome. You know what, I'm going to switch to the big screen, and then I'm going to bring up the app so we can actually have a look at it. Now hopefully it'll actually focus on it. Come on, do it. Okay. You can tell there we go. Great. Okay, cool. So I guess one of the coolest features is the Gran Turismo engine. So I'm just going to show that in action. Hopefully you can hear it. It does actually sound amazing. How fast did they go when you went for the test drive?
He didn't go very fast because there wasn't a lot of track to cover, but he managed to go up to about 60 kilometers per hour in the first gear, so
yeah,
that's
right.
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what else we got? It's really hard to use, like back to front.
Yep. Many wallpaper downloads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
This side.
the left side. Yeah.
Yeah, over here. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So you could download these as your wallpapers or send them to a friend.
Yeah. How much are these cars worth?
I think they were retailing for 300k.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. That's not too bad, eh?
Yep.
Then we got videos.
Yep.
Awesome. Oh, this is taking a while to load. Cool.
So it's full in-car experience without the
Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and it's had quite a few downloads, right?
I think, yeah, when we launched it was averaging about 60 to 70 a day.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And we were featured, I think, in the lifestyle category for the app,
Yes.
which is awesome. And yeah, we're I guess these days we're doing a lot more iPhone apps. We sort of I think at the moment we've got about 6 or 7 in development, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
I know the Melbourne guys are launching some really cool stuff down there.
Yeah.
Actually, just in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for some more mobile sort of action, and that's been really great. So. Yeah, thanks very much for your time.
No worries. I have
Jess,
to give a huge shout out, a really big shout out to Byron in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Byron is our iPhone developer and he did an awesome job on this app, and without him we could not have done this.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Byron.
Well done, Byron. Thanks, man.
All right, thank you,
Cool.
Carl.
All right. Cheers, Jess. I'm going to All right, if you just joined us, you're with Carl Panzak. I'm the General Manager of Reactive in Sydney. This is the FWA TV live broadcast. So far we've had a case study. We talked through a new campaign that we just launched for Clearasil, iPhone app that Jasmine and the team just launched for Maserati, and still to come. I'm going to be asking Sue to come through and tell you guys about some of the job openings that we've got across the 4 offices. So we've got 4 offices, one in Melbourne, Sydney, Auckland and London. And after that, after that, Laura's going to come through and maybe give some of the designers out there some tips as to sort of how to get your portfolio looking awesome before you apply for a job. And then Alex will be joining us, coming back for a few interviews with some of the other guys in Sydney. So, how's it going, Sue?
Good.
This is Sue. She's from our Sydney office, and Sue does a lot of the kind of recruitment work, particularly for Sydney, and she often is the first person that actually receives the job applications as they come through. So we've got quite a few job openings across the different offices. So maybe you could just take us through the list.
Sure.
Cool.
Let's start with Sydney, since we're in Sydney.
Yeah.
We've got a few design roles open. We did mention it last time we were on, 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So we're still currently looking for an art director.
Yep.
We also are looking to hire an associate creative director, just as Laura is going on maternity leave.
That's right. So yeah, our current ACD is going on maternity leave for 12 months, which is kind of sad, but obviously awesome for her. That was last week's line. I've already used that joke. But yeah, so if you're a senior designer, if you're an art director, particularly if you're looking, I guess, for a step up, and wanting to work with, I guess, one of Australia's best digital agencies, please send through your details or get in touch, and feel free to get in touch and just have a chat to me if you're interested in applying. Maybe before you apply, just to get some advice about that. So what other roles have we got?
We've got a few openings in London office.
Yep.
There's a .NET developer. They're looking also for a freelance .NET developer and also a web designer.
Cool. Yeah.
So that sounds interesting. Melbourne have quite a few openings.
Yeah, that looks like more than last week.
So Melbourne office is looking for a .NET developer as well, an account director.
Yeah.
Also quite a few design roles. Actually, no, just the art director as well.
Yep.
An associate project manager, a business development manager, and front-end developer. And a new one that's just opened up is a part of our base location IT team.
Yep.
For a hosting technician, systems admin.
Awesome. Yeah. So I guess as you can see, we're growing pretty rapidly at Reactive. We've been winning a lot of work, and we need people. So please hit us up. To be honest, just send us your details, even if there's not a job, particularly maybe that you think is right, because if you're good at what you do, I'm sure we'll find a place for you. But obviously, head on over to reactive.com to check out all of the job details, all the job openings that we've got, and feel free to get in touch and ask us some questions before you apply if you'd like to do that. So that's awesome. So yeah, thanks again, Sue. Thanks for your help, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Cool. All right. You're with Reactive on FWA TV, coming live from Sydney. My name is Carl Panzak. I'm the GM in Sydney, and we've got a few more things to run through today. So we've just run through a few case studies, and if you kind of want to give us a bit of feedback, see how we're going, please hit us up on Twitter at Reactive Media. Tell us what you think. Maybe ask us some questions. Actually, you know what? I should actually be checking the Twitter feed. Sorry. Hey, Laura's here. How you going, Laura?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. I've got a bit of a cold today, actually, to be honest. So yeah, I'm sort of.
Well, the weather's pretty horrible in Sydney at the moment.
Yeah, it's been basically raining non-stop for the last 3 days in Sydney, which kind of sucks. But hey, you know, could be worse. So you were going to talk. Sorry, you were going to talk to us about, I guess, what is it? Portfolio.
Yeah. So given
ideas.
that Stu's just run through a few of the job ads, thought it might be just kind of useful and interesting maybe to talk about some of the things that we like to see when we're getting applications, and just generally like a few bits of advice and suggestions for to think about when you're putting together an application for a design position. I guess, you know, one of the first things that we see when we're kind of you know, looking at applications, actually your resume or your CV, and there's probably a couple of different ways that you can think about attacking that. Some people like to do something that's quite elaborate and a little bit quirky, shows a bit of personality, and that kind of, you know, is something a little bit different, which can be really interesting and kind of break up, sort of, you know, really make you take notice when you see something like that. Or other people prefer to maybe go down more of a simple, straightforward approach. But I think that the key to either thing is to just execute it really, really well, because essentially, I guess, your CV or your resume is going to be the first sort of piece of visual communication that that, you know, the prospective employer is looking at. So it really needs a fair amount of consideration in terms of, you know, all the usual stuff around your typography and your layout and just your general the kind of style that you're putting into that. So don't underestimate, I guess, the sort of the impact that your CV can make, and just really kind of putting in a bit of effort into that. Yeah,
it does sound kind of harsh, but I guess, you know, everyone's really busy, and when we do get quite a few job applications, and I guess you want to make sure that you make a really, really big impression right from the beginning, and that can be down to just making the resume, not the portfolio, but even just the resume, look great.
And even if it's just a simple like one page, simple layout, you know, just the basic high level information, but really beautifully executed and well laid out, it can make a huge difference. So,
yeah, definitely. And anyway, making the person that's reviewing your application, just making it easy for them to just really get a really very quick sense of kind of what you're all about, what your achievements are, kind of where you've been, what you've done, and then you'll be in the best position to be shortlisted. So
absolutely. The other option you can do, which we're seeing a lot more people take advantage of, is actually just use LinkedIn to send through your CV. Hopefully most people are pretty familiar with LinkedIn, and if you're not already using it, I really recommend getting on there and having a look at it, because it's a fantastic way to just manage your professional network and keep your career history up to date.
Just watch out for the recruitment consultants.
But like anything, if you're going to use LinkedIn as your primary CV, just make sure that it's, you know, quality, and that, again, you're taking the time to go through, fill it out really well. You've got some quality recommendations on there, and that all the information is again selling you really, really well. So so that's another option.
But and did you mention something about Cargo Collective?
Yeah. So the other really, CV is one thing, but absolutely for a designer, the most critical thing is your online portfolio. You absolutely, if you're a digital designer, have to have an amazing online digital folio that really sells your work in a really impressive way. And there are a couple of tools to do that, and one of my absolute favourites is Cargo Collective. I don't know if you can bring
I can bring it up.
Cargo is just a really fantastic way for designers to be able to create an online folio in a really easy, simple to manage way. So we'll just load it up. And Cargo is pretty much a CMS that's been designed for designers to create portfolios, so really couldn't be simpler. There's tons of themes that you can go through and use just straight out the bat, but then they're really easy to customise as well. And I think, like, if you it's also a great tool for inspiration if you kind of try and think of different ways to be able to present your portfolio. Being able to go through Cargo and kind of see the different ways that people are utilising the themes and how they're presenting their work can be really inspirational to have a look at. A couple of things with your online folio. We get quite a diverse range of them coming through, but I think that the ones that are most impressive are the ones that really let the work speak for itself. So the folio should be really well designed, and I know that designing for yourself can be one of the hardest things to do in the world. I think like it can almost be more challenging than working for a client, trying to work for yourself and to create a folio. But really, I think keeping it really simple, really elegant, sophisticated, and being able to almost treat your portfolio as though it's an art gallery or a frame. It's really just something that should be there to support and enhance the work that you have on display. So keeping it, nice and clean, a really good blank canvas for the work to be able to kind of jump out and sort of speak to the person that's looking at it. Another thing is, I guess, what you want to include in your folio as well. Definitely, it's quality over quantity, and that should really go without saying. Are we able to switch? Is this one on still?
Yep, that's still on.
Cool,
Yep.
Still on, sorry. Yeah, so quality, not quantity. So, I mean, you don't want to see 10 really awesome pieces of work in a folio and then 10 really mediocre pieces. It can really kind of cloud the great stuff, by including stuff that maybe isn't as good. So really think about limiting how much you show, and really make sure that it's work that represents you and that you're really proud of, and that you can talk to, and that you want to be doing more of, I guess. Also, diversity of work is really good, so being able to, like if you're in digital, being able to show a little bit of campaign work if you've got some of that under your belt, or being able to show web work, also being able to include a little bit of print work, or even something that really gets us excited is when people include experimental or personal work. So, for example, if you love typography, or you've done sort of some really great print experimentation, and that really shows your skills in, layout and scale and colour, and all these different things that can really make some outstanding pieces, then by all means include that in your folio, because it just kind of gives us another insight into the type of designer that you are and the type of work that you enjoy doing. So I really recommend that, if you have some of those pieces, that you include them, or alternatively, if you're kind of trying to get the attention of perhaps some agencies that you really respect and admire, spend some time actually doing some work you think is going to speak to them, or some personal projects that you think might suit their style, or that they might really respond to. So I think that commercial work is extremely important, but if you've got some really good quality personal work that you want to include, absolutely go for that as well. What else?
Well, that's great. I mean, definitely. It's always tough when you're applying for roles. But I guess the two most important things are, just making your resume one page and making it look great, and focusing on the real highlights. I guess as a creative, obviously the portfolio is key, and I guess it's quality over quantity, and even if it's like just two things that you've done that are outstanding, focus on those.
And also, actually, on that point, it's sometimes not enough just to whack up a screenshot in a folio. It's often about how you actually present that work within the folio. So really think about how the work is cropped, how it's treated, the different stills that you might include in the composition of those stills. So it's it just goes beyond just slapping the work up. It's really thinking about how can you best display that work and actually make it look as absolutely as good as it can. Folios can take a little bit of time to get off the ground, but it's definitely worth spending that time really thinking about how you can make the work that you've done look its absolute best. As I said, go on to Cargo Collective, have a look around. There are I think that the thing with some of the sites on Cargo is that they are really simple in their execution, but the way that people choose to display their folio and the way that they make use of the themes, there's some really fantastic ideas and a lot of diversity in the way that the work is presented. So have a bit of fun, but I think still at its heart, think about think about who your folio is really going to. As Carl said, the reality is usually it'll be going to a creative director or a general manager who's just, you know, really time poor. They want to be able to get in, have a look at the work, get a really good sense for it, and then, you know, be able to make a decision. So keep your user in mind like you would when you're designing any website, you know, so make it quick, make it easy, but make the work look fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, that's been really useful advice. Thanks very much, Laura. And we've got a few things coming up, but yeah, thanks again.
Cool.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Awesome. All right, guys. You're with Reactive Media in Sydney on FWA TV. We're broadcasting live, and we've had a few things today. We've been through the job openings that we've got at Reactive. We've got quite a few roles that we're looking to fill at the moment across all different areas and across all different offices. So please head on over to reactive.com to check out those job openings if you're interested in applying for a role at Reactive. We just missed some portfolio tips from Laura if you're interested in applying for one of the creative roles we've got here. Please hit us up on Twitter if you wanted to give us a bit of feedback about how we're doing, and if there's things you want to hear about that we haven't told you about yet, please let us know. And thanks again for tuning in. It's awesome, and this is a bit of an experiment for us. This is only the second time we've done it out of Sydney, so we're hopefully providing some interesting content to everyone. And I just did want to say a quick shout out to all the other offices, the guys down in Melbourne, the guys in Auckland, and guys in London. Hope you're all doing really well, and I hope you're enjoying me making a fool of myself. All right, so I've just been joined again by Alex Robinson. How you doing?
Hello, I'm well. It's,
Excellent.
Yes. So yeah, this little segment, I'd like to call it the Robinson Files.
Nice.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to get a couple of people in each week or every other week, or however often we do this. It'll have to be a gap next week because I'm actually on holiday. So unfortunately, I might have to get a replacement in.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to replace.
It's going to be hard to fill that gap.
Yeah.
I'll write my digital bulletin from holiday.
That'd be great. Yeah. No worries.
So the idea is just to chat. You know, there are a couple of questions about in there about the digital space and what we do here at Reactive, and then there are a few sort of light-hearted questions at the end, just to end on a high, or not a high because it's been awesome throughout.
So who are we going to bring through?
Today we're going to speak to two of Team B's founder members, Ben M, who I think you may have met last time we were here, and then Sam Elliott, the project manager. He's going to come in. So
we've got another 12 minutes to fill. So
I could ask you, Carl. You know, or maybe I'll say that to the end.
No, you don't want to hear about me. It's not very interesting. All right. So we're gonna get Ben Martin to come through.
Yes.
Is that right? All right.
Yeah.
So why don't I go and get him?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. See. Yeah. Talk about the football or something.
No. They're always giving me a bit of a hard time because I'm from England and they think that I'm just a huge, crazy football fan that's slightly loutish, which I don't really think is particularly fair. But yes. And here he comes. Take a seat, Ben.
Hey guys.
So this is a bit of an experiment, so any feedback or any information, or if you think it's not going particularly well, then please send in some points, or even, actually if you've got some questions that you would like us to ask in this slot. It may not be a slot depending on how well it goes, it may just be a one-off. So so Ben, welcome. I'm firstly going to ask you your name and your position at Reactive.
My name's Ben, I'm a designer here at Reactive.
Excellent. Could you tell us what your favourite current Reactive project is that you're working on?
Can I release some names, or is it?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Can't talk about
there's been some good releases though.
Maybe we'll move on from that one.
Yeah.
We've thought that out. Okay, so highlight of your Reactive career?
Working with this guy.
There you go. You can't say that actually.
Getting the job.
That is good. That's fair enough. Okay, now Mac versus PC.
Mac for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Definitely. I don't know. It's Apple fanboy, I guess.
Okay, so there are a few of them in this
Yeah,
office. Okay, Google Plus, Twitter, and Facebook. You have to kill one of them.
Facebook's
Which
dead.
really?
Yeah.
Strong, controversial.
Kills Facebook.
You've killed Facebook. We have just killed Facebook.
I'd definitely keep Twitter. If I had to only keep one, Twitter, without a doubt.
Okay.
What about you, Alex?
This isn't how
Are
this
we
is
off
meant
the
to work.
script?
It just
Thank you.
rolls in and takes over. However, so you're going to keep Google Plus and Twitter.
Yeah.
But, do you have many friends on Google Plus? Or is it all about future?
No,
for you?
it's internet friends. I
Okay,
guess.
cool. Talk to us about some of your favourite websites, or just one of your favourite websites.
I don't know, whatever's going around on Twitter, I guess. Like I don't know, usually some. I wouldn't say I had a favourite website, but whatever's happening, like funny animals and funny.
What
funny memes.
website do you think do you use most for sort of news, or if you're looking at sport in particular? Is there anything that you see that think, okay, they do a particularly good job of?
Check a lot of design blogs and design showcases, so featuring websites and new design topics.
Cool.
That's.
Is there any particular blog that you check?
There's like Site Inspire and stuff like that, and they showcase some good sites.
You're a bit of a rugby fan.
Play a bit of rugby, yeah.
Okay.
I don't follow it too much, I just enjoy watching it.
Okay, fair enough.
Ben actually did his knee in playing rugby 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Is it alright now?
It's my ACL, so...
ACL.
Yeah.
Classic injury.
Oh, you
Classic
ruined.
rugby.
My next question was about what was your most recent injury.
Yeah, that's
ACL.
What 3 digital items would you take on a desert island with you? So you're trapped on an island. What 3 digital items would you have?
Is there wireless?
You maybe have to take a wireless router. Would you?
It has to be like an iPhone.
Right.
Digital wireless.
Wireless router, I imagine.
Wireless router and a
Okay.
An ISP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So in Sydney, we're big fans of trying out the various restaurants and sandwich bars next door. So next one was, what was your favourite sandwich?
I think I've got to go with the bacon sandwich at 485, just down the road here.
Yeah.
But general criteria is bacon, some sort of aioli saucing. Some pretty good selection around here.
Yeah, so that's it. I think the 485 will become quite a clear winner.
Yeah.
It's my favourite sandwich as well.
What about Gnome?
Gnome is good. Gnome is
classic
good.
meatball at the Gnome.
Oh, the meatball baguette, that is classic. Yeah. So these are some of the benefits you get of working Reactive.
Yeah.
You get to work really close to Gnome and 485.
Yeah.
Greatest sporting achievement. See, I was once, when I was 11, was most improved player of the year, which is probably the worst award you can win, which means you were pretty average and then you became good.
I've got like a athletics age champion, I think, back in the day.
That's nice. And then
what was it for though? What was your key? Hurdles or was it
shot put?
Shot
put. This is incredible.
Yeah.
You've kind of
powerhouse.
Yeah. You've answered my next question, which was, tell us something that we wouldn't necessarily know about you, and I would not have known that you're a shot put champion. Unfortunately, you can't use that one.
Shot putter / designer.
Yeah.
That could be a new job title.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
But anything else you care to share?
Doing a great job.
Thanks. That's not something we all knew that.
I would have thought you'd take a surfboard because you're a surfer, ain't you?
Oh, if I was on a tropical island, yeah, for sure.
But that was a desert island question.
No,
Well,
I
digital.
kind of made it a bit digital. I went digital. I was kind of keeping
Oh,
it.
right, sorry.
Because then the plug doesn't really count either. But that's not, so something we wouldn't know about you.
I don't know.
What's your favourite movie? You don't know that.
Wouldn't have a clue.
All right. Okay.
Everyone knows everything.
Everyone knows
No
everything about
secrets.
them. No secrets. So yeah, that was Ben, and that was the first Robinson pass. I think you've got to get Sam Elliott now. Cheers, Ben.
Nice
Oh
guy.
wow. Yeah, you can leave now. So yeah, like I said, if you do have any particular questions that you'd like me to ask, then I can definitely slip them in, because yeah, these took a while to come up with. So we're just waiting for Sam Elliott to arrive. I think you met him last week. He's the project manager. Yeah, and we'll find out some information about him. If you've just recently joined us, then this is the FWA TV. This is Reactive, based in Sydney. It's our second week doing it. Carl, who is the general manager here, has been doing a sterling effort recently, running through everything. Instead, Sam has obviously turned into Vincent, who is one of the technical guys here. So,
bonjour tout le monde. Comment ça va?
This is our own. This is the French guy in the Sydney office, because there was one last week from Melbourne. So what I thought I'd do is just got like 10 questions to run through. 10 questions. I've kind of been thrown a bit because I thought Sam was going to be here, and you're clearly not him, but that's fine. So could you just tell us quickly your name and your position?
Oh, that's a hard question. My name is Vincent, and I'm a web developer here.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
We'll skip that one. Next question. The highlight of your reactive career so far?
The highlight was my first project when I arrived here. I started on the first project, which was HDY. So yeah, that was the main point.
Excellent. Are you a Mac versus PC man?
I'm a PC for work, but I like Macs.
But if you had to get rid of one of them,
I'd keep the PC.
Really?
I have to.
Okay, yeah, otherwise it'd be difficult for your job.
You can't code in .NET on a Mac.
No.
You could, but it's pretty hard. So.
But this is kind of, we don't need to think about logistics in this. It's a bit of fun. Okay, so Google Plus,
yes,
which I know you're an advocate of.
Yeah.
Twitter. Oh, I'm not an advocate, an early adopter. Twitter or Facebook, you have to get rid of one of them. Which one are you going to get rid of? Facebook. Oh.
I don't like it.
It's not getting a good rap today. Okay. Which are, can you just tell us one of your favourite websites? Like, what websites do you look at quite regularly? Doesn't have to be about anything work-related, sport. Would you just think they do a good job?
I look at a French website, actually. It's called Clubic. And it just has all the techno news about anything in general.
Okay.
So it's just very useful information.
That's good. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, so basically you're trapped on a desert island, and you have to select 3 digital items that you have to take with you.
Yeah.
We'll assume, for argument's sake, that the island already has Wi-Fi installed, so you don't have to take a router. But yeah, so you can take 3 technical bits and pieces.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll take my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Phone.
Good.
Do I have to give which phone I want?
It'd be an iPhone, wouldn't it?
No, I will go with Android.
Oh, all right.
Because everybody has an iPhone.
Okay.
And the last item, I don't really know.
Maybe it doesn't have to be digital related. Perhaps it could just be something that you
my tennis racket, of course. If it's not digital.
But if you're on a desert island, that's going to be pretty tricky to play tennis.
I have to come with my racket.
Okay. Interesting fact, actually. Oh no, I'll save that to the end. So around Surrey Hills in this area, do you want to tell us what your favourite sandwiches or favourite place for lunch is?
I like the place in Surrey Hills called Yuli's. It's a vegetarian restaurant. Yeah, just across here.
Yeah.
It's quite nice. And
It's
very good atmosphere.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's vegetarian.
Yeah,
It's great. So what is your greatest sporting achievement?
Sporting achievement?
Yeah.
Tennis. I've played tennis my whole life.
So do you want to tell everyone where you are ranked in Australia?
I was 500 in Australia a few months ago, but I dropped out because I haven't played a lot of tournaments.
But if everybody ahead of Vincent passed away, he would be number 1 in Australia.
Yeah, right.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, he is. But that's amazing.
Yes.
Developer / tennis camp.
And he's going to try and train a few of us up to be good tennis players, because it's a good sport and we're interested to try it.
Yeah.
Okay, final question. do you want to tell us something? Well, you have to tell us something we wouldn't know about you. Like we wouldn't know that you were 500 plus tennis player in Australia.
Something else. That's the hardest question.
Where are you from in France?
Well, I'm from Paris.
There we go.
Right, beautiful.
Didn't
Called
know that.
PC au maçon. Nobody knows that.
Do you want to say anything in French? Any French shout-outs to maybe the French guys down in Melbourne?
Salut à tous les Français qui sont sur Sydney.
Salut tous les Français sur Sydney.
Voilà. Pareil.
Voilà. Au revoir. Salut.
Oh, what? How far?
Oh, well, that's it. We're done. Okay. Adios.
I was enjoying that.
Thanks, Minnie. Sorry to